Recording.
All right, so just a little more background information on the actual show. So far, we've had, like I said, Monsoon, of course, on the show, and we've had a guy named Mr. Powerhouse. We showed Choir Beats video, and a guy named Mystery. I'm sorry, what's it? Misery. My bad, bro. Who else we've had? Help me out here, boy. Who else we had? You speak.
Shoot, I don't know. It's been a minute for me, gosh.
Okay, so we had we had everything on the show from open mic night events to, like I was saying earlier about the Monsoon, there was a full-fledged like concert event, couple of songs set, they did a little covers and all that type of stuff. And then we've done actual full-blown music videos. One of them I produced. One of them, Pat Wallace, my partner produced. And then we had other videos other people produced, like the Choir Beats video, someone else produced that. And the Misery stuff, I produced some stuff at the Macon County Day, and then some stuff at the open mic night he did for us as well. And I'm still drawing blanks. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but it's all good. So I'll probably just add you up in the editing if it's that serious. But basically, I just want Tuskegee to be a center for us to foster and develop talent, no matter where it is. And the musical artists, they're normally discouraged in this area just simply because many of them don't really get signed to major deals. But my thing is, you guys don't really need major deals, in my opinion. You know, you have everything you need right here in Tuskegee. You got a fan base, you got a TV station now to show your stuff for people to get used to it and liking it and become bigger fans. You got media companies like ours that can produce your stuff for you and give it nice, high quality gauze editing and all that. I don't particularly like doing the music videos. I'm going to sell a record saying that, but I will do them just because I think that, you know, it needs to be done. I like doing more of the serious type editing, like the TV stations type stuff. That's why I gravitated more to that, because it's more structured and serious-minded, you know, stuff going on, like, you know, talk shows and whatnot, like the talk show I'm doing for my mom. But at the same time, I do know people who can help you guys out, like Antonio, our editor. He's a great editor. He has, that's what I was forgetting too. His band, Love at War, has been on our show as well. He's produced his own videos, which are great high quality. In my opinion, he produces the best videos in Tuskegee. And he's done a couple of, excuse me, he's worked with us some, and also Patrick 2.0 worked with him as well on a couple of collaboration with videos. What he did the shooting, and Antonio did the editing those videos. I think he did one for Solo. They did one for Poetic. That's definitely somebody who I was leaving out. Poetic is doing a lot of good stuff for us, and he's gonna kill me. I almost left him out. My actual brother, Poetic. But anyway, so yeah, they did. Like I said, they did one for Solo and the Brown Time Production. Those guys, and he did one for Powerhouse. And I think that's everything, and then they did some other stuff in between for some people that I can't think of right now. But I'm drawing all kind of blanks right now. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's Christmas and I'm distracted by all that stuff that's going on. Who knows? But anywho, I just wanted to give a little information about the show and tell and understand why things happen the way they happen. But the show, I think, is a good idea, and I really hope you all support it. And if I do get the proper support for the show, I'll keep producing it. I'll keep coming up with different ways to try to get you guys on TV, to try to get you guys exposure and get you to where you need to be. Because I know y'all used to have an ally in the media, Miss Felicia Hill with the Tuskegee News, who's no longer with it. so there isn't really anybody covering artists anymore like that in Tuskegee. So, so I think it can be a good thing. And my thing is, I started out as an artist, and I remember what it was like, not knowing really where to go to get people to give you the exposure that you need. So I really do not mind doing whatever I can do to help, And my younger brother, he did rapping and everything, and he actually still has a studio that produces pretty much everybody I just named. He's produced for, and 10 times more, quite frankly. But at the same time, I just think that we all need to learn how to work together, because we end up being in such a close-knit community. We end up thinking that everybody is competitors, but I don't think that has to be the case, because you got to think about a place like Atlanta. Atlanta was not a place for rap artists. There was a time, young people, when that was not going on. All the rap artists were coming out of either the West Coast or the East Coast, which means California or New York. If you were anywhere else, you were pretty much screwed. You had to do local, out of your trunk, selling CDs. But along came some fellas named Outkast. Actually, before Outkast, it was Goody Mob, but they were all in the same clique. But everybody in Atlanta who rapped supported those groups, and they made sure they got popular and more and more popular. So then in turn, when people like T.I. came out, Outkast would say, hey, this is my little brother T.I., y'all support him. That makes him bigger. Then when T.I. turns around, he goes back and say, hey, this is my young homie, this is my little homie, Young Dro. Y'all support him. He gets bigger. So in other words, all it takes is one artist to go national and to get exposure and start getting attention. Because the thing about it is, the major labels are not thinking about you until you got like 200,000 followers. And Alabama ain't got but a couple million people in it. So you're going to have to get support from everybody you know and everybody that they know to even halfway make a dent. So in other words, there's no room for pettiness and small-mindedness. And I'm not specifically speaking to anybody in particular, because I'm guilty of it myself. You tend to support people who are not like you, who's not from around you, people who've already made it, quite frankly. You tend to gravitate toward those people because they already have notoriety. Everybody else is already bumping it. But it takes a special kind of person and a special kind of people like us in Tuskegee who can break artists, who can say, hey, this dude's going to be hot. Y'all get behind him. Because somebody had to do that for Lionel Richie and 7 Wonder and those guys, right? What happened in between then and now, when Tuskegee used to be the mecca of artists, now nobody can get out of Tuskegee as an artist. So what in the world happened? That's always been my question. So, and even people that do make it, stretching even out a little bit further, people who do become famous from Alabama, these days they end up having to go to Atlanta in order to get famous, and then they try to turn around and represent Alabama, but it's like, dude, you bailed on Alabama, so why should we support you? And you sound like an Atlanta artist, so I don't even know what I'm listening to. That's why Alabama has no sound when it comes to rap, because nobody believes in coming up with what is good for them and their community. So what I'm saying is, we here, as with a lot of other people in Alabama, like it's some guys named G-Side out of Huntsville. They just got a song on the new Grand Theft Auto 5 game out of Huntsville, Alabama. I had never heard of them until the Grand Theft Auto news broke. But what they did was they supported locally. They supported themselves, and they made it happen.